Speaking of coming to Cleveland, is LeBron James going to be coming back to Cleveland? Now, it won't be this coming summer. It would be the following summer. So you're talking about 2014. And Dwayne Wade isn't getting any younger. And LeBron has gone and won his championship. And here's what I wonder from you. And I want you to call and give me your take on this. 866-786-8551. And really, Jason Lloyd had an article in the paper the other day about this, and we're going to talk to Jason here coming up in a few minutes. But really, Jason has talked about this for a long time. Back during the Olympics on Channel 3, I did a story on LeBron James and whether we thought he would come back to Cleveland. I mean, Jason's been out in front of this for a while. And I happen to think that LeBron James will, again, play with the Cavaliers. I do think that he will want to come home. And you can argue Cleveland, Akron, which one is his home? He hates Cleveland, loves Akron, whatever. I mean, but the bottom line is this. I will tell you right now that if LeBron did come back to Cleveland, even if you don't agree with it now, the seats would be filled. People would be lining up to get tickets, and you would embrace LeBron again. I know that you're upset about what he did, but in my mind, okay, and I mentioned this earlier on the show, and there he is. When he left, he obviously was a villain, top 2 with Art Modell in Cleveland history, no question about it. I mean, what he did, we don't need to rehash what he did. And that first year that he was gone, I had a great time rooting against him. And I think all Cavaliers fans, I mean, people were going to bars to watch LeBron and hope to watch him lose. And he did. They didn't win it in his first year. And then last year, same thing. People, watching. I mean, Twitter would be lit up every time LeBron played in the playoff. It was fun. I enjoyed rooting against LeBron. And it was almost as if, since there hasn't been a winning team in Cleveland, that all of those other teams playing LeBron became our team. And you actually had a chance to be a winner. Yeah, I said that. Because no other team's given us a chance to be a winner. The Browns, the Indians, the Cavaliers, okay? 2007 was a great year. A lot of fun. All 3 teams, I mean, they gave it. But what have we had since? I mean, it was almost as if we had to root against LeBron. But here's the thing. Now that he's won his title, I'm kind of over it. I just feel that you move on. You don't necessarily forget, but can you forgive? Do you have it in your hearts to forgive? Because guess what? The Cavaliers are going nowhere right now. They simply are losing. Their record is, and I'm going to circle it right here, 9-31. 9-31. Is this where you expected the Cavs to be right now? They have Kyrie Irving, one of the best players in the NBA. Then they drafted Dion Waiters, whether you like Dion or not. And the thing about Dion is he had a great game the other night, but the guy, his shooting percentage is awful. Dion Waiters has a long way to go. Zeller, I mean, they have some good pieces. G. I'm not saying that the Cavs can't be a winner, but guess what? The way the Cavs are going right now, I don't see them winning a championship unless they got LeBron James. So you have the ability to get a championship, fill the seats again, and make money. So the question is, would Gilbert take LeBron back? I say so. I do. And I think you've already seen both sides come a little bit closer to this possibility. You may hate me for saying this, but it's time to just realize that with what the Cavaliers have right now, they're just not getting it done. Now, I believe, and the Cavaliers, they know they need another lottery pick. But is that lottery pick next year, and usually, and we'll talk to Jason about this, usually you want a foundation of 3 guys. And the question is Tristan Thompson one of those 3? Is Dion Waiters one of those 3? Because if they're not, then you have Kyrie Irving, and you have the guy next year that we don't even know about yet, okay? But if you have those guys in place, and they're not necessarily your backbone guys, okay? You have Irving and LeBron, and then you have Tristan and Waiters and the guy they're going to get next year. And there's more draft picks, okay? But is that enough without LeBron James? Are the Cavs where you did you think this is where they'd be? And obviously, with Anders and Varejao hurt, and they haven't, and I will say this, they have not had their entire team together all year long. Irving's been hurt. By the way, is that a concern of yours, all the times that he gets hurt? Varejao, 3 years in a row now. That has to be a concern. And even if you want to trade Anders and Varejao, right now, because he's hurt, what would you even get for him? So, I mean, that's a question for down the line. I don't know Varejao. Gene, is Varejao part of the Cavs' future?
I think they want him to be. I think they can see his energy being a bench player. I think he's still a fan favorite. So, yes, LeBron would fill seats, but I think Andy will also help that out too. So you can save one of those fan favorite pieces to maybe take away some of the blow of LeBron coming back. Maybe. Yeah, I'm just trying to piece it together in my mind.
Gene, are you okay with LeBron coming back? No.
Nope.
Let's go, baby. Come on, right now. Come at me. Why not, man? Don't you want to win? 1964. How old were you then?
Negative.
Exactly. Dude, don't you want to win? I mean, didn't LeBron prove now that he can win? And whether you like it or not,
but he had to win with other superstars. He had to win with other superstars. He could have had that same thing here in Cleveland if he would have went out and tried to recruit free agents in here. And I know a lot of people that are LeBron supporters want to blame it on Danny Ferry and Gilbert and Gunn and whoever else. But it was LeBron not committing to the team and saying, I'm going to be here for years to come. I'll sign that 7-year deal. We can start attracting free agents to come here. Instead, they formed the plan. The three of them leave to Miami.
Gene, you sound like that guy that's upset over his girlfriend breaking up with him, and you just can't get over it. You know what I mean? Because guess what? You move on, you find somebody else, you end up having a better life anyway, okay? So just forgive.
I can't. The TV special, the whole thing.
Agreed.
The second you mention the name, I think back to all of the negative, from that July 9th forward.
Okay.
That's what I think of.
If I could tell you right now that they would take LeBron James back, and he would come back, and they would raise the trophy and bring the city a championship, if I guaranteed you that, would you take him back?
I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. I say no now, and I know I'd be the first one down on Euclid or wherever for the parade. Right. I know I would be, but I just can't welcome him back. I still have things I want answered. What about the elbow? What about the Boston game? Did you quit? Why did you give up? This mysterious elbow injury. All of a sudden, it was working enough to sign a contract, and you've never heard anything about it again.
Agreed. And here's the thing. I'm not saying I like him. I'll be honest with you. I didn't really like him that much when he was here. Doesn't Bruce do that sometimes? Like, just stop talking and stare? Did you hear that? I didn't really like him when he was here. I didn't. And guess what? I mean, I've been in practice after practice. I've interviewed the guy thousands of times. You know what I mean? But here's what I've decided, okay? I told my mom a long time ago when the Indians got rid of all their players, okay? They got rid of all the guys that you loved. All of them gone. Tomey, Manny, everybody. They shipped them out, okay? Here's the thing. I don't root for the name on the back. I root for the name on the front. And you know what the problem is, people? You fall in love with these players. You fall in love with them. And I know that's the way it goes. But they're not role models, and they're not people, okay, that you need to necessarily look up to. You know what I want? I want you to go on the court. I want you to go on the football field. I want you to go on the diamond, and I want you to win a championship. And if you leave 2 years later, I don't care. Just bring a winner. Bottom line.
So you'd be okay if he was still alive, Art Modell coming back and owning the Browns? That would be fine? It's not about the name on the back.
That is a good question, and I need to think about that before I would say something stupid, okay? Because I believe Art Modell is here and LeBron is here.
I think it's closer. But I still say Art Modell, and for what he did, and obviously, and we all know this is a Browns town. So what he did to take the team away, and
he took the whole team.
Exactly, and look at what has come back, since '99. I completely understand.
It's awful. And then, what was worse, watching Art Modell raise the trophy or watch LeBron raise the trophy? What was worse? Hands down for me, watching Modell.
Absolutely.
Hands down.
Absolutely. But again, when you had LeBron, it goes back to your hand chart, however you want to put it.
Yeah.
With LeBron being, the MVP, so close, not into his prime yet. He was still coming to his prime, where I think he's there now, where he could have been a member of the Cavaliers to continue to move this thing forward, where you watch him raise that trophy last season and, or sit there on the decision and just rip your heart out.
You have to, at some point, come to peace with the negative that's happened in your life. Whether it is an ex-girlfriend, an ex-wife, an ex-boyfriend, an ex-husband, an ex-player, LeBron James. I will not say that for Art Modell. But bottom line, I believe that if he did come back, you guys would all still, most of you would line up and go watch. And again, not saying he's a great person. And here's the thing. I would never go buy a LeBron James jersey. I never have, and I never would, okay? But what I'd love to buy, okay, I'd like to get one of my kids a Cleveland Cavaliers championship shirt. And guess what? I don't care who delivers it. There you have it, Gene. Like it or not, that's my take on LeBron James.